All right. All right. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. This was an interesting story. I'm just gonna press play and then we'll have a conversation.
Let me get this straight. DJT, aka Donald Jacques Trump, invites the Mississippi Valley State marching.
Hold on, let me hear that again. Donald Jacques Trump.
Let me get this straight. DJT, aka Donald Jacques Trump, invites the Mississippi Valley State marching band to come and perform at one of the most important moments in American history, his second inauguration. And these kids back here, who have been working their entire life for a moment like this, who have been praying for a moment like this level of exposure to be in the universe. Okay, this is easily going to be the most attended and most watched inauguration ever. And these kids are going to have the opportunity to perform for the world, to show their gifting to the world. And they're being told by people who look just like them that they are sellouts for doing so, and that they should scrap the entire idea. Like, imagine the audacity of somebody telling you that you should not be performing at one of the biggest events ever that may very well change your entire life because they were told not to like this guy. Matter of fact, they were told that this man right here is a racist. Mind you, this is the same racist who created sustainable funding for schools like your own in his first term, when no other president, including the president who might have looked just like you, had an opportunity to do the exact same thing. That's the racist we're talking about. The one who was only racist after 2016, right? Decades before that, he was beloved within the black community, but as soon as he became a potential president, all of a sudden the media told you that he's a racist now. Yeah. That's how we're entering into 2025. Now, this is the exact reason I stopped listening to a lot of folks, because a lot of y'all have lost your damn minds. You have let yourself become so damn occupied with your own racism, with your own bigotry, that you cannot see this as a blessing for these kids. You are the problem if you believe that these kids should not perform at that event. You are the problem. And if that pisses you off, I'm glad, because you need a little bit of introspection. All right? You need to check yourself. Imagine if one of them kids was one of your kids and they had an opportunity of a lifetime and you had the audacity, because you are so bitter and resentful, because your candidate, who you only chose, mind you, a few months ago because you were told to choose them through $2 billion of campaign money.
And still in debt.
That your child is going to be a disgrace and a sellout for taking advantage of such an opportunity. If any of the kids from Mississippi Valley State hear me, please hear me clearly. Don't listen to these damn loonies, these cuckoos. Do your damn thing. I'm proud of you. Salute. Make America march again, damn it.
So, Mississippi Valley State, HBCU, right? I think they're HBCU. Pretty sure they're HBCU. Trump invites them to do the inauguration. Let me see if I can pull up an article here. And there's a lot of people, you know, as he said, black people, who don't think that they should do it. Let me see if I can find this. Inauguration. How do you spell inauguration? Oh my gosh. You would not even know that I got through high school. Let me see. Inauguration. Okay, what the heck is that? Okay. So it says, Mississippi Valley State marching band has launched a fundraiser to perform during Donald Trump's inauguration in January. MVSU's Mean Green Marching Machine, that's a cool name, received and accepted an invitation to participate in the 60th presidential inauguration parade, on January 20th, 2025. It would be the band's second presidential inauguration performance. The last one for former President Richard Nixon. Wow. They need $350K to get to the nation's capital. They need $350,000 in order to get to the nation's capital. I wonder why they need so much. A lot of money. A lot of money. They got a lot of equipment, I'm assuming, that they got to move. But still, that's a lot of money. $350,000. So they did a GoFundMe. I'm just curious. Well, they're pretty much there. They got it. They got it at this point. They got 250,000 so they dropped it to 270. So they're pretty much there. But, people are upset because they don't want them to perform at this event because they don't support Trump. So therefore, they don't want these kids to have the opportunity to perform on literally a global scale, on a global platform. So they would rather that they sit this, performance out as opposed to perform on this platform. I don't understand. I guess I do understand. There's just a lot of groupthink. There's a lot of groupthink mentality. And I used to be a victim of the groupthink mentality. I wasn't always an individual who had thoughts as an individual. The first time that I ever voted, I voted for Obama. And I was happy. Well, actually, no. Was that the second time? Because Obama did 2 terms, right? So the first term, I think I voted the second term for Obama, I think. Because the first term, I don't think I was old enough. Anyway, the first time I ever voted for president, I voted for Obama. All right. They told me he's black. I'm black. You should go do it. If you don't do it, you ain't black. That's what they told me. I believed it. All right. And I'm just saying, a lot of people fall into that same thought process. A lot of people don't do the research for themselves. They just do whatever specific party tells them to do. And I'm not saying that you should just blindly follow any party. You shouldn't blindly follow the Democrats. You shouldn't blindly follow the Democrats, and you shouldn't blindly follow the Republicans. You shouldn't do that. You should do the research for yourself. You should assess each candidate. You should assess their policy, and you should make the decision that is best for you based on your research. That's what you should do. But oftentimes we fall into this thing called groupthink, and we essentially fall for the propaganda machine that has now become the media, and whatever the mainstream media says goes for a lot of people. And for a lot of people, that is still the case. That is still the case. Now, I don't understand. Well, I do understand. People think Trump's a racist. People think that Trump is using, black people and musicians and whatnot to manipulate and gain votes. People think that Trump is using the Bible and religion to, control and manipulate Christians into voting for him and all this type of stuff. People are going to think whatever they want to think, right? Is Trump perfect? No, he's not perfect. He's not perfect, but he's tackling the issues that no other candidate would dare to tackle. He's tackling these issues. You saw all those videos of him talking about on day one of what he's going to do, of what he's going to abolish, of what he's going to get done on day one. Now, we'll wait and see what he actually does on day one, but nobody else is talking like that. Nobody else would even dare to touch those items. And you see what happens when you touch those items, right? You got to go through all these lawsuits. Now you got to get persecuted. Now you got to get prosecuted. All this type of stuff. Now, if this was Kamala Harris, she would have had Meg Thee Stallion at the inauguration. She would have had Eminem at the inauguration. right? She would have had J-Lo at the inauguration. She would have had Sexy Red at the inauguration. She would have had all these people at the inauguration, right? But Trump says that he wants the HBCU band to pull up, and y'all can't get behind it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, if you ask me. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But y'all let me know what you think. Oh, Kamala. Did you see that video? Did you see that video of Kamala trying to do the Pledge of Allegiance? That was crazy. That was crazy.